Okay, folks, it is the Barstool Rundown. Today we have a great crew. We got Ev, Jerry, I'm sure a crew that our Barstool Sports will absolutely love. But before we get into the Barstool Rundown, let's get into talking about this weekend's big race in Daytona Beach. The Daytona 500 is this weekend, Sunday on Fox, 2:30 p.m. Check it out. There's no better place to kick off the 2022 NASCAR season than at iconic Daytona International Speedway with the 64th running of the annual Daytona 500. Winning this race is basically compared to winning the Masters, winning the Super Bowl, winning the gold medal in the Olympics, or winning the Stanley Cup, because I'm wearing a Rangers jersey right now. Hopefully we do that this year. Obviously, we're going to have country artist Luke Combs. He will be there getting the party started, welcoming fans back to the track with a pre-race concert. And as the music stops and the action begins, fans will be there on the edge of their seats for 500 miles of heart-pounding racing action. Over 100,000 people will gather there to be a part of this prestigious event. The energy, excitement, and power of being here in person will stay with you for a lifetime. This will be the debut, also be the debut of the next-gen race car in its first points playing race ever following the Busch Light Clash at the LA Coliseum. Be sure to get on all the action with the Barstool Sportsbook. I got Denny Hamlin plus 850, currently the probably the favorite, but still I'm taking Denny. I love Denny. And yeah, tune in this weekend, Daytona 500 Sunday, 2:30 p.m. on Fox. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there. Marty's going to be there. Spider's going to be there. Large's going to be there. Eddie's going to be there. Should be a sick time. We cannot wait. So if you guys see us hanging out, we'll be there tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Come say what's up. Should be a fantastic weekend at Daytona. Tune in Sunday at 2:30 p.m. We will kick things off with, I guess, the biggest story of the day yesterday was the Rams parade in Los Angeles. To no one's surprise, there was not many people because it's Los Angeles. And I feel like, I don't really know, outside of the Dodgers, I kind of feel like they don't give a fuck about sports. I know the Lakers, too. Just from seeing a distant, I've never really been to a Lakers game or anything. I feel like going to a Laker game is more of just a celebrity thing. I feel like the only team they really care about is the Dodgers. And, I mean, it was just a shit show of a parade. There was
It's a fake team, Glenn. Yeah. It's a fake team. It's a fake organization. You know, teams like Pittsburgh would never do something like that. Imagine Green Bay winning a Super Bowl, that parade. Imagine Pittsburgh winning a Super Bowl. This team is a fraudulent team, man.
It's just such a weird city. Los Angeles, I guess people that have been there aren't there for like generations.
They're there for TikTok.
They're all people that maybe they just moved there, or their parents just moved there, so they're fans of other teams. It's a very, very weird place for a sports team. It's so spread out. Just a weird scenario they got going over there. And then also, obviously, the whole thing with Matt Stafford. He was very drunk, so shout out to him. You should be able to get drunk after you win the Super Bowl. There was also the story of the photographer falling and him just turning around. But yeah, it was an odd day for the Rams parade, just really shitty all around.
I mean, obviously it doesn't help that the team was in St. Louis like 3 years ago, but I wasn't expecting a lot. It's still, to me, I don't know about you guys, it was still shocking how few. Like I knew it wasn't going to look like a Pittsburgh or New York or Green Bay or like a big football town, but to me it was still shocking. It looked like there was hundreds of people.
I know.
It was. I mean, they have gates. It's not, the streets aren't even flooded. I mean, you just show up at the time, you're right at the front row.
I mean, I got to say, as soon as I knew this was going to happen, was the NFC Championship game. I mean, that was a sea of red.
That's fair.
There was a literal sea of red. It's just such, like I said, it's such a weird sports town. And they should truly just take the teams away because they're people there don't care. They're not there for sports. They're simply not. And I mean, once again, I'm no historian here, but I feel like people just got to California, 100 years ago, 150 years ago?
I think KB and Nick did an interview.
According to the Oregon Trail, like, it's just not a settled place. People are just moving there still. They're just not fans.
It's like everyone from there is originally from somewhere else.
Yes. Like basically what I'm saying is I feel like everyone that lives in LA is either they just moved there themselves or their parents or grandparents just moved there and are already fans of other teams from where they came from. It's just an odd sports town. And then moving on to what I guess took the internet by storm last night. It was Mahomes went to the Texas Tech game, was courtside with his wife, who obviously angers people. I'm gonna shoot you straight. I don't think this video was that bad at all. Like Carl tweeted, what was the headline from Carl? The headline from Carl was Patrick Mahomes needs an intervention. I sat there in bed last night watching this video, expecting like her to slap me in the face, and nothing really happened. It was just he just seemed. There's nothing on his face.
So there was under the initial. I actually think Kelly in Vegas posted the one that like went viral. Like posted a video.
Yeah, she did. Like after TV.
And then there was someone tried to transcribe it, like reading her lips under or reading both their lips under it, and apparently it was basically him saying like stop doing the resting bitch face. Essentially was like the message he was sending, and it was her doing the like fake happy and then just being like oh whatever, like looking at her friends, like he said like we'll talk about it after or whatever. I just feel bad for him sometimes because like. All the like bad shit that happens with him has nothing to do with him. It's all her antics, his brother's antics, and then he just has to deal with it all.
That's one thing that I do find interesting, though. When you're that high profile, let's say a couple going to a game, you know the camera's going to be on you at points,
yeah.
and you just don't know when the camera is on you. What was the time? I think it was.
That's a bad look right there, Glenn.
Yeah, that was the fake smile.
But nothing
when they
really that
claimed-
bad happened.
No, because to me, like I agree, that's like a very normal like couple little back.
They're
and forth.
engaged. Like
It's
they're not gonna be hard eyes at each other 24/7.
that's the little
So
trick.
this is saying that the transcript is, Brady is saying what? Patrick's saying we'll talk about it after. Brady says okay. Then she turns to who she's next to and says, Patrick told me no resting bitch face. Parentheses followed by the weird happy face thing she did, and then something about his body language.
That was the weird happy face.
I don't know. And then as of late in bed last night, about 1 a.m., he tweeted, crazy how much people care about.
And he
us,
tweeted like I love you and added her. Yeah.
It is a funny thought to think of her like holding a gun to his head and making him tweet that. But I don't know. Yeah, man, people are weird. Love you, babe, at Brittany Lynn. I don't know. Young love. They've been in love since high school. Let them rock. But obviously, she and Jackson are fucking annoying. But last night, I think, was an overreaction to everyone just freaking out about it. And then third topic, we got this crazy story coming out of Disney. So Disney announces a thing called Story Living, which residential neighborhoods they're building across the country that I guess will immerse you more into the Disney lifestyle. Frankly, I think this sounds kind of fucking cool. I mean, I know going to Disney, it costs you an arm and a leg, so living here will probably buy a 2-bedroom house for $10 million. So that I'm already out on that. But the idea itself does sound pretty cool.
Wait, so it's like a Disney like community.
It's basically a Disney community. Like I think theoretically the bar would be Gaston's bar, or something like that.
So, but it's like a legit like a so it's
a
like a
residential
bunch.
neighborhood.
See, that throws me off because the only like what I think of like other residential neighborhoods are like Hasidic Jews.
Can you just scroll up to that 1 second? Let me just read a little more. So
That's what I think of. I can't help it. They take over communities.
Yeah, so it says to inspire residents to foster new friendships, pursue their interests, and write the next exciting chapter in their lives. Oh, is this a 55 up community?
Fun fact about, I think, the Hasidic Jews, I don't think they pay taxes.
They don't.
They use their house as a house of worship.
It's true. I didn't want to get into like the semantics of it. There's one that's like 50 minutes from where I grew up.
They don't pay taxes.
No, because they don't acknowledge you in public.
Yeah.
Like there was this place called the Castle where I grew up, where it's kind of in between the town that I grew up in and their town, and so they would always be there, and like batting cages, like whatever, like that, like arcade, like that kind of thing, like mini golf, whatever. And they're not allowed to talk to you. So even if you're just like, hey, like even just being nice, they will just not acknowledge you.
Yeah.
And the little kids will shake you down for money. They like beg you for money.
Speaking
and stuff.
of little kids, listen to this. I was doing some gas work. My old job, I had to go inside and do a gas repair. So we had an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning. I go, knock on the door. The kids come to the door. And these, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. Say, is, mommy or daddy home or anything? Oh, no, you're the construction guy. You got to go to the basement, right? Yeah. Hey, you can come in now. We're just home here. I'm like, nah, I ain't coming in. I ain't coming in. You know what I mean?
It's a little weird, yeah, because I know there's been a lot of talk too with like they don't legally get married, and like the husband will have a really good job and the wife will like claim like welfare with like
Of
8
course,
kids,
yeah.
and it's like a whole. I know there's a big thing where I grew up too. It's like they ruin the politics. Like they all vote the same way and they swing politicians, and it's a whole weird animal.
Yeah.
But hey, back to this to clarify, it's actually 55.
Let's back to the Disney community.
It's actually
Actually, the least group of, I guess, religion that's populated in prison is the Hasidic Jew.
Huh.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Just like Disney people.
okay. So at Disney, this is actually 55 plus community, which kind of freaks me out. 55 plus. I know a lot of couples where the wife in the couple per se is one of those crazy Disney people. Like they're obsessed with Disney. They make it to Disney every year. This strikes me as they're 55, midlife crisis, and then a lot of wives are going to be forcing their husbands to go to Disneyville, and it's going to be a tough time for the husbands at Disneyville.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I mean,
A
it's a nice
lot of
little
animal
beach.
tattoos.
Yeah.
And then next up, what do we got? Stranger Things. So Stranger Things came out. Netflix announces release dates for season 4. Season 4 will be broken up into 2 parts, and then the show will end after season 5. Are you guys Stranger Things guys at all?
Never watched it.
No, I
No,
never
never?
watched it. Nope.
So I mean, it's probably one of the biggest shows on TV. I've watched it. I'm kind of done with it. Maybe I'll watch it this time around. It strikes me though as very similar to The Walking Dead of how this is going, where the show should have ended after like 2 or 3 seasons, and we're just going to keep going and going and going and going. I mean, The Walking Dead. I was in a group chat in high school about 10 years ago with The Walking Dead when it was the best show on TV, and this shit is still fucking going. So I don't know. I mean, the last time we saw Stranger Things. Tommy, you a Stranger Things guy?
No, I don't like watching shows with kids as the leads.
Well, yeah,
agree
the
with
kids are leads in Stranger Things. They'll probably be fucking adults with 401ks now since it's been on so long. But yeah, that's Stranger Things, and they're a bad vibe. And then I guess last topic of the
Tommy, you
day.
strike me as a guy who would never have kids.
No, I mean, not right now, but maybe 10 years from now, I'd like to have a son carry
Really?
my family name. I'm the last.
I just feel like
last
you're not-
male Strabelli.
Yeah, I just feel like you're just not a kid guy.
All right.
You know what's one thing about you? I don't know if this is a
I
diss.
feel like
or
I'd
not.
have a good dad humor.
Yeah, you do. That you do.
So that's really all it takes.
I don't know if this is a diss or not to you, Tommy. Usually when people say they want to have a kid or something, just my automatic response be like, oh, I could see you being like a good baseball coach for your kid. I feel like you don't want to
No.
coach.
I mean, my dad was a baseball coach, so it's like maybe part of me, but probably not. I'd like to go to the game. Maybe I'd be like the third base coach. I don't want to be the
That
manager.
sounds fun. Or the first base coach.
First base coach, less pressure. Yeah.
And then finally, I guess, bigger topic from yesterday, of course, True Love is once again dead. We have Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers breaking up. I guess we could kind of have seen this coming. I don't know if the Hollywood of Shailene Woodley mixes too much with Aaron Rodgers' vibes. So
You know why this happened, right?
what?
You know why this happened, right?
Vaccine?
No, this happened because she doesn't like Pittsburgh, and that's where he wants to go. That's why.
I'm not gonna say it was because of that. I mean, he was just playing in Green Bay.
Yeah, but
If you're in Green Bay, you'll be okay with Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh also, I don't know if this is still true, about 10 years ago, was one of the highest cities for movie filmings. They used to film shit all the time in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
All the Dark Knights were Pittsburgh.
that's right. You're right about that.
I mean, I visited Pittsburgh maybe when I was 2012, and that was the whole thing. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this is the town where they film everything."
I'm sorry, Willie was in the Dark Knight.
Yes, Willie was in the Dark Knight.
Crazy.
Big Ben was, I think he was. Hines Ward was in it.
Wow.
You know that?
I'm not a Dark Knight guy.
Yes.
Rises stuck.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna get dark, they all die in it. But yeah, they're all playing a fake team. They're like a fake Steelers.
Really?
As Bane basically blows up the stadium.
I'm not like a Spider-Man guy. I'm not a Batman guy.
What movies do you
I'm
like,
not really
Jay?
either. That Dark Knight's the only one I've really seen.
Yeah, I'm a Dateline and Practical Jokers type of guy.
Hell yeah.
So you can watch no shows.
No, I don't really. I'm just those shows and that's it every night. I watch reruns of everything.
I mean, I watch a bunch of reruns too, but I watch like shows. Like I watch reruns of Sopranos,
I
Entourage.
would watch something on Netflix. You know what I mean? A show like I watched that Tinder swindler thingy. That was.
What is like this is gonna sound stupid, and people are gonna say I'm stupider than I already am, whatever. What is the premise of Dateline? Is that like every episode it's like a murder
It's
case
a different
or something?
case, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's hundreds of.
I think I've watched an episode or two of that. It's pretty
great.
good.
Wait, that's what Catch a Predator was, right? Or used to be, or whatever, or like was a part of it in some way.
So
or?
in some way, I'd say yeah, it was kind of a part of it, but this is more like murder, rape, that type of stuff.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Well, do we have anything else? Any other topics?
What's so funny?
It's like murder, rape,
What was
murder,
a
rape.
funny
The,
transition.
the good
Murder and
stuff.
rape.
Who said that? Me? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the murder and the rape.
I know. That's why I like it.
I meant it's wonderful that Jerry enjoys that television
Yeah.
show. And outside of that, yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, we did have Manny Maronian today for Mush and Line. Me and Jerry did it. It was a wonderful show. Check it out on the Mush and Line YouTube. We talked about OnlyFans, the ins and outs of the business. Jerry
Pretty
mentioned
pussy
some
energy, breast size.
We got thoughts on the white nail polish, and
Yeah.
we might be doing a little Goodfellas watch party on her OnlyFans account. Who knows? But that's basically it. Rundown. February 17th, Thursday. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Once again, check out the Daytona 500. Fevos will be down there. And once again, we love you, Jeff. Thank you, and that's it. Thursday, February 17th. The Rundown.